Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the first Monday Metaphysical Chat here on YouTube. So happy to have you here. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. The computer here is a little bit slow tonight. So let's just ask the angels to tap in and make sure that we have a good, strong signal so we can have our great conversation tonight. I see we've got Tammy and Jennifer here. Hi, you guys. Thanks for being here. Great to see you. Hopefully we'll have a few more joining us soon. So this is supposed to be metaphysical questions tonight. And we'll start with metaphysical questions if you have them. And then if there's time, we can do the personal stuff too. So it just depends on how many people show up. I want to be sure and try and let everybody have a chance to get at least one question answered. So I don't think that's going to be a problem right now because we have a small gathering, but hopefully more people will join us. So Steph, Amanda, Laura, Starfish, Susie, Nidja, welcome everybody. Oh, a different Tammy, no, the same Tammy. Okay. Trying to get it straight. So who's had a chance to look at the May forecast from Metatron? Anybody had a chance to watch that? Any questions that you have about it? It was kind of funny because, he came on and it's like, okay, I'm here. I'm ready to take the May forecast. And the first thing I hear is May is going to be scrunchy. And I'm like, what the heck does that even mean? And then it was like he was kind of playing with me, and then he said scrumptious. So, he has a real sense of humor and likes to be playful like that. So you have to understand that part of it. Oh, I'm glad you like the background, Tammy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not in my office. I'm at a hotel this week. So it was kind of tricky getting things coordinated and making sure that I can have everything set up to do this. So a little bit of an echo, but I think it'll be all right. I did several readings this past week and everybody seemed to be okay with the sound. So I'm hoping that continues. Amanda, you liked the message. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little concerning, because we're going to get those moments where it's calm and we get a respite from all the stuff, but that onslaught just keeps coming. And, we're ready for it. We've been practicing for a really long time, but still, it's getting a little tiring. At least I feel that way. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Hi, Terry. Welcome. Mary. Hello. Oh, you like the lilacs. Oh, thank you. Yeah. One of my favorite flowers, and it's that time. We need them. Where I live, though, up on top of the mountain, the lilacs haven't even started yet. We've had freezing temperatures, even as recent as last week. A horrible storm went through here yesterday. It's really blowing. Let's see. It says that's interesting. It's telling me that the stream is higher than recommended. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't normally have that problem when I'm in my office. And now it says it's excellent. So I guess the angels must have adjusted it. Yay, and we're up to 18 people. Thank you for being here. So if you guys can hit the likes, that would be really helpful. Those things really do make a difference to YouTube, as silly as it seems, but it really does. Oh, Nidja, the sound is good. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Harry's mom, Jennifer. So Harry's mom, you just reminded me. I had asked you guys to submit questions for the May forecast. And the questions were really great. I appreciated them, but there was only one of them that actually had to do with the May forecast. So I decided, you know what? These are great questions. I want to ask them, but they didn't really fit with the May forecast. So what I'm going to do is make you another video answering those questions. So that'll be coming up hopefully within the next week, as soon as I catch up to myself. So I've been working on my writing this week. I took a week to escape from the home environment where David, my husband, has been watching lots of baseball because it's baseball season and lots of politics, which makes it not so easy to focus and do the writing. So I thought, I'm going to try an experiment, and I'm going to go and take this week and hunker down and see whether I can get more writing accomplished, or maybe it's just me, it's not him, who knows. But yeah, I did get a lot more writing accomplished. Not as much as I wanted. There were some issues here at the hotel. They had to move me around and construction and stuff, but still better than it was doing otherwise. So next up is for the angels to help me find a better solution. So this was just a test. Mary, you had freezes last week too in the mountains of West Virginia. You had to cover everything. Yeah. Yeah, we sometimes get it right up to Memorial Day. It's crazy, but higher elevations will do that. So what's your elevation there, Mary? Because we're at about 2,000 here. Hi, Arlene, Renee. Okay, so first question from Renee. What's the financial outlook for May? So if you guys have been watching, I use those little pendulums. Well, I didn't bring any of those with me, but I did bring something else, thankfully. Because earlier in the week, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to bring my pendulum. And then I remembered I have this special necklace that was custom made, and it's got crystals on both ends. So sometimes I use this one, although it's a little bulky. But so for Renee, what is the financial outlook for Renee in May? Renee in May. Well, it feels good. Can you give us any details? I'm feeling like the tangerine sunshine coming out. So that would be an indicator, that the outlook is sunny. That's how I would interpret that. So anything else that you want to share with Renee? Yeah, don't worry about it, because when you worry, that's when you bring in the problems. So just stay in the flow, be in a state of gratitude that you always have more than enough. That will really help you out in the times when things are a little challenging. And just remember that even when they do feel challenging, it's never all out. It's not like knock you down challenging. It's just, inconveniences, nuisances, maybe a little stress, but there's always something good in that. So focus on the good. That will expand the good, and it will cause anything that's a block or that's stressing you out to kind of recede into the background. So the less you notice it, the less it will bother you. And that is just so true. I found that to be, the more I do that, stay in the flow and that faith and trust that everything will work out, and just allow your angels to bring that magic into your life. In fact, if you get my newsletter, you might have read the story about my angel day on last Monday that was just phenomenal. The whole day was filled with angel magic. And that was partly because I made the choice to take this action and do this experiment for the writing and a few other things I've been working on. So it all came together in this beautiful conglomeration that was such wonderful validation of what the angels have been teaching us. Let that stress and worry go, because it doesn't do anything except bring more to you. So just find the good in all the things that are happening in your life, be in appreciation, and that will expand. And that's when the fun and the excitement starts happening. Thank you for the thumbs up call, Nidja. I appreciate that. Mary, you're at 260 feet. Oh, interesting. Okay. You can go on Google Earth and find that out. That's how I got the exact numbers, because our property actually starts lower in the front by the road, and then it goes up towards the back. So they didn't have the exact altitude for me, but I found it on Google Earth, which was really kind of a cool thing to do. Callista, garden or planting advice for those in Minnesota? Oh my gosh. Callista, you have been through it. Yeah, although I have to tell you, there's this van couple that I watch. They're not in the van anymore, but now they're on a mountain in Utah, and holy cow, they've got snow piled to the roof of the house, and they're still getting more. Just a freaky winter, and way more snow than usual. So I don't know about gardening in places like that, but you're not quite that bad. So for Callista, what can you tell Callista about planting and gardening? Will she be able to plant and garden this year? Will there be enough time? It's going to be tricky. You might need to get plants that are a little more mature, and for anything that takes longer than a couple of months growth time, then you're not going to be able to do seedlings, but you probably know that. Yeah. So they're saying do what you always do, just more of it. It's going to take a little more pampering. Then be prepared, because fall. Are you saying fall's coming early? Because that's what I just got in my solar plexus. Fall is coming early. Freezes are coming early too. Yeah, it's like the growing season is really being condensed, Callista. for those of us in this kind of environment. So you might need to cover earlier than you may otherwise have planned. So you can do it. It's just going to take creativity and determination is what I'm hearing. So hopefully that helps. Mary, 2,600 feet. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was thinking, wow, 260 feet is nothing. But 2,600 is great. Hopefully you have good water up there and it's in a nice space. Because I tell you what, as the ice caps are all melting, I am so grateful to be further up away from sea level. Because who just knows what's going to happen with all that stuff. Susie, will your house sell in May and will it be a fast sale? Okay, so for Susie with a Z, is it highly likely that her house will sell in the month of May 2023? No. Okay. What about June? June 2023, is it highly likely it will sell then? No. Is there something blocking the sale? Just timing, they're saying. Timing. There's a lot of uncertainty going on right now in the marketplace, which is going to impact you, Susie. So that's what it's about. All right, what about August? Highly likely it'll sell by August. Yeah, August is feeling better. But they're also pointing out that that can change, of course, because as things shift around and change, it's possible that it could accelerate. But for right now, August is kind of your target date. Thank you, Julie Beans. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Did I get all your questions? Okay, so once they get the buyer in August, will the sale go through fast and easy? Yeah. Yeah. And what they're saying is that because of whatever those glitches are that hold it up until August, that will have all been smoothed out so that when you finally do get on board with the buyer, that it should go through pretty smoothly. Yeah. So hopefully you have another place to go to. Renee, you are so welcome. Glad you like the necklace. Yeah. It was made by a shaman, so it's got this wonderful energy and kind of magical feeling about it. Tammy, does the VIP membership have a fee? No. Signing up for my mailing list puts you on my VIP list. Because to me, if you're willing to trust me with your email list or to be on my email list, then you are a VIP, because not everybody is these days. And the people who trust me with their email, then I share lots of things with them that nobody else hears about. So if you want to be on the inside and find out about all those little things that you're not going to hear in the public forum, then yeah, sign up for the VIP list, which puts you there to hear about everything that's going on this side of things. And I only, on a regular basis, mail once a week, because I personally do not like people who send me emails every single day. It drives me nuts. So once a week on a Sunday, I will send you an update. If we are having a gathering, like when we do the VIP live, then you'll get an email on Friday evening with your Zoom link, and you'll get another email on Saturday morning, an hour before we start. So if there's an event, then you'll get a couple of extra emails. But otherwise, I try to keep it to once a week because I don't want to overwhelm people. So for Amanda, any messages from Amanda's guides today? Let's share with Amanda. I'm hearing Barry Manilow singing Mandy. So I don't know if you go by Mandy, but yeah, so there's that. And what else do you want to share with Amanda? Popcorn. Popcorn. Why popcorn? It's the energy. Popcorn has this really wonderful energy when it takes off, and it fulfills its purpose by popping, because that's what that's all about. It's really cool. And so they're hinting to you about that energy of popcorn, that creativity, that really fully living your purpose. That's what that's about. and doing it with joy, because popcorn has that very joyful energy, and it's delicious, right? So all those good things are rolled into that. So anything else you want to share with Amanda? Put a cap on that of some sort? Just the popcorn? Yeah, they're saying work on the popcorn. We'll talk about more later, but one thing at a time, because you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. So I hope that makes sense and helps. Tammy, you're in northern Minnesota and you had snow Sunday. Wow. Yeah, I think that Callista is northern also. Yeah, I just know you guys have really been waylaid there in Minnesota. So it's sounding like we're in a cycle now where it's going to be several years where we get these outrageous kind of winters, but things are shifting every day. So who knows, that could change too. A lot of it has to do with Gaia, which reminds me, about a year ago, I think I had a conversation with Maya Angelou. Some of you might know her. She was a famous poet laureate and just a really amazing, wonderful, loving spirit. So, she died quite some time ago. A lovely conversation with her that was long. So I actually made it into 2 videos, which you'll find on my YouTube channel under the Afterlife Conversations. And I posted part 1 on Medium with the note that part 2 is coming. Well, things happened. I never got back to it. Part 2 just didn't happen. But it was there waiting for me. So while I've been catching up with the writing this week, I've been tackling that one. So that one should be coming in a couple of days on Medium. And the reason I bring it up is because Maya is involved on Team Gaia on the other side, which makes total sense if you think about the kind of person she was. But she's an activist on the other side, working with this team to facilitate the transformation that Gaia is going through. So it just reminded me, wow, yeah, it took me a year to finally get part 2 ready to go and almost there. But it's still just as relevant today as it was when she gave it to me all that time ago. So that you have that to look forward to. Or if you want to get it faster, just go on YouTube, and there's 2 parts already posted on YouTube so you can get the whole message. But she was just amazing to talk to. So much love. And she's apparently working pretty closely with Metatron on the other side, because she kept referencing the peace process that Metatron has talked with us about a number of times. So it was just really cool to get all that information. Cheryl, will your finances be good when you retire? So for Cheryl, is it highly likely for Cheryl that her finances will be good when she retires? Some issues there, Cheryl. Is there anything she can do now to make that better? It's kind of in the middle. So yeah, there are things you can do, but it feels like you haven't started doing them yet. So don't wait on that. Look around for things that you can do to make that situation better and start working on it now. Don't wait until later, because there is just so much uncertainty in the market and with all the systems. So you definitely want to be proactive, taking care of yourself. I don't know if you are thinking of it or if you're up to it, but you might consider some kind of a part-time retirement career, because there are tons of opportunities for things that you can do to have that side income that can boost you. And I know when you're getting Social Security, you can earn up to a certain amount before, it becomes a problem and they reduce your Social Security. And for some people, it's like around 20,000. So, depending on where you fall on the charts. So you might be able to have a decent part-time gig of some sort to help balance that out. So just explore those options now. Don't wait. Get things set up for yourself, because if you do explore some kind of a part-time gig, then it takes a little time to ramp that up. And, I don't know what skills you have, but there are tons of things out there that you can do that don't require any kind of extra training. It's just using the skills you already have. So let me know if that helps. Hi, Andrea. Messages about a new home or career. Okay, so for Andrea, home or career. What can you share with Andrea? Calming career. Oh, I'm seeing you gliding. You know those plastic things they use in the summertime that you wet them like a Wet and Wild or something like that, and you go running and you slide on them. So I'm seeing you gliding like that. So that's some healthy portions of fun is woven into, what's going on here. Or if you're not doing it, you need to do it. So the fun element is prominent because that's the first thing they brought up. So what else for Andrea about home and career? Yeah. And I'm hearing that song, I got the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. So I don't know if you know that song, but yeah, that's an old one. It's very upbeat. Just a lovely song about being in the state of joy, being mindful about being in the state of joy, doing it purposefully, creating opportunities. So more of that is going to shift the energy in both environments, which will be a positive thing for you. So if you're not already doing that, find ways to bring it in, to really ramp it up. Because running and sliding on one of those things is ramping it up. It's not mild, right? So they're encouraging you to get out there. And there's also the physicality that's involved. So keep that in mind and see how you can incorporate the fun and the physicality. See what happens when you do that. Earth Spirit, hey, welcome. Libra's Path, you had a dream that Prince Andrew was putting pressure, attacking, or threatening the other royals. Wow. So I don't know if that was a question, but I'll just ask a quick question. If you want more, let me know. So Libra's Path and the dream, is there any truth to that Prince Andrew is pulling strings behind the scenes? Yeah. Yeah, and you know what it's feeling like. The way people had dirt on him, he's got dirt on other people, and he's using that leverage. Yeah. I don't want to go any further down that path right now because it's, not a pleasant topic, but there is something going on. So there is something to your dream. I don't know if you normally have that kind of dream with prophecy involved or not, but yeah, it's feeling like there's definitely something to that. Jennifer McCarty, will you learn to channel professionally? So for Jennifer, is professional channeling in her future? Oh yeah, baby. If you want it, go for it. Absolutely. Yeah. Be kind to yourself. Take your time. Practice. Mostly just practice and have faith and trust. Because, in the beginning, when somebody starts channeling, ego gets involved and, slows your progress down because, ego will tell you that you're making all this stuff up and you'll start to doubt yourself and it doesn't feel good. And then that makes you pull back so that you don't fully lean into it. But just let all that go. Have fun with it. Be playful. Because, sometimes the angels can be very playful. As I mentioned to you at the beginning, if you were here, Metatron teases me a lot. And that's what the May thing was all about. He's like, May's going to be scrunchy. And I'm like, okay, what is that about? But it was just being silly. So sometimes they will do that. So stay in that lighthearted energy. Allow the love to permeate you and to flow from you. And you'll be golden. Absolutely. So keep us posted on how that goes. Jilly, you are so welcome. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I just watched your video last night. I don't know if you saw my comment or not, but I was watching you and Corey, the 100 tarot decks. I don't know if you actually went through 100 of them or not, but oh my gosh, you have a lot of tarot decks. So that was pretty cool. Mary, the Cacapon River borders your backyard and you love it. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, how wonderful. Earth Spirit, you feel that you're blocked with everything you do. Is there a specific trade that you should work on? You get really confused, frustrated, and not knowing. Yeah, been there, done that. Because, if you haven't found that thing that feeds your soul, then you're always searching for it because we're all hardwired to do that. We want to find that thing that lights us up. And I just did a video and a medium story about that. When there's something that that you just must do. And that's what it is, because it's wired in there and your soul is constantly seeking until you find it. So if you have not done anything yet that you would say feeds your soul, then keep looking. Keep finding those things that feel better and better and better until you find that one. It's there waiting for you. But only you can decide what that is. Your angels won't tell you. It's not like you are made to be a carpenter or a plumber or a doctor. You can do anything you want to do that feeds your soul. It's the way you do it. It's the energy that you bring to it that is really important. So if you don't have a clue about what might feed your soul, then think about when you were a child. What were some things that you did that you just loved doing, that you could do for days and be happy? That's the kind of energy that you're looking for. And then sometimes it just takes experimenting with things. Now, of course, we can shortcut all that stuff by doing a soul introduction. We can find out how you're wired and what your aptitudes are. But everybody has the ability to figure this out on their own. It just takes longer for some than others. So don't give up on yourself. Keep looking. It's totally there for you. So Earth Spirit, is there anything at all that you can give her a clue about? And sorry if you're not a her, it feels like the her energy. So Earth Spirit, what kind of occupation? Something with your hands. I'm feeling you doing something with your hands. And this is weird because it's like you're building sandcastles. So I don't know, is that like construction of some sort? Is it art of some sort? Something with the hands. So it's a trade. And it's something that's kind of like construction. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Earth Spirit. Sorry, I'm getting this visual of you like packing sand, like not building sand castles, but building things. So maybe it's about making bricks or something. I don't know. But if any of that resonates with you, then go check it out. But that's what I see. So you're saying that the work is something with the hands, then building something with the hands. Yeah. So just investigate building things with your hands and see what you can find. It could be something creative too. Steph, are finances going to ease for you? Not liking public school teachers get what we offer. So I think what you're saying is that the finances are not good because public school teachers are not paid what they should be paid. So for Steph, what can you tell her about finances? There's something coming that will ease things for her. Yeah. And will that be soon? Will that be before the end of the school year? No. Okay. So is it like some kind of a job over the summer? I don't know. Are you thinking about doing something over the summer, Steph? Because I get a yes on that. Like something that you do over the summer that could be profitable for you. Anything else you can tell us about that? Again, it's got to be something that brings you joy. Is it something that she already knows about? Yeah, so it might be something you've been considering, but you weren't sure about. So take the leap, go do it. Try it and see how it works out. In fact, you could end up trying a couple of things during the summer, but find that. And is it highly likely that when she finds this thing over the summer, that it could turn into a full-time job to replace the teaching if she wants? Yeah. It could be your entree to something other than teaching, if that's what you desire. So the openings are there. You have been putting out those rockets of desire, as Abraham says. You've been searching for something that's more fulfilling and that is more financially comfortable for you. So the angels are working on that. Now you just got to meet them halfway. Get out there and look around at all the possibilities, check them out, find the best for you, give them a shot, see how it works out. You could be in a whole different place by the time fall rolls around again. Libra path, you had a dream. Prince Andrew was threatening the other royals. Do I see the same thing? Okay, so Libra's path, dreaming about Prince Andrew threatening other royals. Is that true? Is he really threatening other royals? Yeah, he is. I'm feeling the energy. You know, he might look mild-mannered on the outside, but the energy I feel from him, he's like a big bully, pushing people around, getting what he wants. Very spoiled. That's, yeah, entitled, spoiled, used to pushing people around, getting what he wants. So he's still doing that. So is it likely that's going to continue? Is there anybody who can stop him? Not right now. So he's got the goods. Got the goods, and he's going to keep doing that for a while. Doesn't mean that he'll be able to do it forever, but at least in the short term, yeah, you're spot on with that. Jelly beans, is it in your highest interest from your guides? Now is the time to start job searching. Ooh, exciting. So, is it an optimal choice for jelly beans to start searching for a job now? Oh yeah, don't wait. Because you know, the angels are lining things up. This is funny. I'm seeing them like in a bowling alley, and they're lining balls up, getting them ready for you so that you don't have to wait. So it's just incumbent upon you to get over there, pick up that ball, roll it around, see how it feels in your hand. Is this the right one? Throw it a few times, see how it feels, until you find the one that's just the perfect weight, the perfect fit, and it's all balanced, and it just rolls and gets you those, what do they call that? Strike, I guess, when you get them all down, right? Yeah, definitely. And I know it's a little tricky with all the things that you're involved in, but yeah, wherever you can, put those feelers out and just allow those opportunities that are maturing to come to your attention so that you can follow up on them quickly, get that moving, because the angels are working. It's like I see them kind of running, high stepping it, putting more energy, trying to make it come faster for you. So yeah, they're working overtime for you. So just meet them halfway and check out those options. And there will be more than one because they're lining several things up. From Terry, will your healing business start picking up and become successful? Okay, so for Terry, is it highly likely that her healing business will be successful and will pick up speed soon? Yeah, okay. So successful to the point that it's self-supporting? Yes. And can you give us a timeline on when that might happen? Would that be in the next 3 months that it will be self-supporting? No, it's going to take more than that. So 6 months? Yeah, okay. 5? 4? So like between 4 and 5 months is what it's feeling like right now. Yeah, is there anything you can tell her about that she needs to do? Oh, they're showing me, they're lobbing you softballs, Terry. Watch for them, pick them up, take action when you see them. Don't leave them lay on the ground. So they're doing as much of an assist as they can. And if you're not seeing them, then maybe a little meditation where you ask them to show them to you in a more blatant fashion so that you don't miss them would be good. Yeah. Because they're showing me they're just lobbing one ball after another for you to get. So you just want to get out there, find them, pick them up, and take action soon. Susie, love and gratitude. Oh, you are so welcome. Happy to help. Hey, T-Bar, great to see you. I love that new avatar. It is so awesome. Jelly Beans, you're hearing the song Freedom from Pitch Perfect and the contestants from The Voice singing You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone. I love it. Yes, absolutely. Yes. And you like the newsletter. Oh, I'm so glad. Christine, can you have a message from your guides? Okay, so for Christine, would you like to share with Christine? Feeling warmth, sunshine, moonshine, like passage of time. Okay. So what does that mean? So I'm hearing life is going to keep on moving. Time is going to keep on passing. And if you don't take action, you're going to be right where you are today. So there's some action that maybe you're holding back on that you need to consider doing something about. And it doesn't have to be massive. It can be small. Little baby steps are great. But when you do that, it gets all that energy flowing, which will bring more opportunities for you, which is what we all want, right? So whatever it is that's been holding you back, doubts, uncertainty, let it go. Take a leap of faith for yourself, on behalf of yourself. Just take that new inspired action and then watch the magic happen. So that's what they're wanting you to do right now. Hey, Lauren, glad you could be here. Mary, if possible, could you check with my guides and let me know what they have to say? Absolutely. Of course. So for Mary, what do you want to share with her? I'm hearing Karen Carpenter singing, sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong. So whatever you've been holding back on, Mary, sing out strong. Don't hold back. That's for you. Yeah, let me know if that makes sense. And I just thought of something else I wanted to ask you guys. This is something that I've been puzzling about for a while. So I could use your help with the research. So for me, when I channel, I don't know why, it's a reflex, but I tend to always look up to the left. Like, that's where Metatron is, that's where God is, that's where the angels are. And so that kind of makes sense because that means I'm on the right side of Metatron, who's on the right side of Creator. So yeah, right, going down the hierarchy. But I'm curious, have you noticed other readers and psychics? Do they tend to look off to one side? I've noticed some do, but I haven't had time to really study it. And I know you guys watch a lot of other readers. So this is just something to look at and let me know. I'm really curious to see if there's something more to that, or if it's just, it's an individual thing and it's different for everybody. I don't know. Because there was this time I was at this kind of a group of psychics came together. So we all went to dinner, and the table that I was at, we noticed that almost everybody at the table was left-handed. And most of us were ambidextrous. And it's like, I've always been that way, so I didn't think too much about it. Never would have connected it to being psychic. And yet, come on, that's too much of a group to be a coincidence, right? Now, not everybody was left-handed and ambidextrous, but it was enough of them to really make you wonder. So that's the second thing. If you happen to notice that, just let me know. And you can put comments on the video, or you can send me email, whatever. I just want to gather the data and see what we find out, because it's something I'm really curious about. So that's my little off-script thing. All right, so Amanda, does Metatron have thoughts on efforts by corporations and the government to get people back into the office? You personally think that commutes impede people's ability to grow and be happy? Yeah, I agree with you there. So thoughts about, oops, it just jumped, hang on. We were doing so well, it had to jump. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how to phrase that, Amanda. So first of all, is it true that most people thrive when they work from home rather than, yeah, well, we could have figured that. For most people, that's pretty much true. So is there a concerted effort by the government to push people back into the offices? Yeah, because, I feel the thumb really pushing hard on the scale. That's big corporate America, because they want people under their thumbs. They don't like them having all that freedom, even though, for some people, they're way more productive. when they're working from home. Plus, they're not wasting all that time commuting and the gas. It's better for the environment, so many things. But corporate America has just this weird mindset that they need to be in control of things. Some of them just haven't reached the stage of enlightenment where they can see that it actually might benefit them. So yeah, that actually is true. Let me know if that's what you were trying to get at. I'm not sure if I totally got your question. Harry's mom, you have a group of angels that call themselves 555. That's cool. Deceased ancestors asking you to contact an old friend. Are they playing Cupid, or is there another reason for them to be contacting you? Wow, that is awesome. So for Harry's mom, are the angels and this group 555, are they playing Cupid with her, trying to match her up with somebody? Is this a romantic thing? No, it's not a romantic thing. Is it a personal thing? Is it a personal connection for her? Yeah. So what, is there something that person, some information or something that person brings to the table that would be helpful to her now? I'm getting a big yes on that, and it feels like it's connected to your work, Harry's mom. So this person, maybe they have some contacts or something they have learned that would be helpful for you to know about. That's kind of what it feels like. I know that sounds really weird, so you'll have to let us know. Yeah. I don't know what else to ask about that. So if you have a different angle on it, let me know and I'll ask again. So Tammy, both of your parents have passed. I'm sorry. And you are selling their house. Wow, that's a big job. When will it sell? So for Tammy, can you give us a timeline on the sale of her parents' house? Will it be in 2023? It's highly likely 2023. Okay. So is it highly likely the first half of 2023? No, it's going to take longer than that. Okay. So third quarter. So third quarter is looking good. All right. So would that be July, maybe? August? Huh, August again. I don't know what's going on in August. Are you saying that real estate is going to pick up speed in August? Yeah, and I feel like a wave, like an energy wave of something that's going to shift by August. So, it could be the lenders, things loosen up because, the Fed keeps raising that interest rate, which is making things harder for people. And of course, that's going to impact housing sales. So are you saying that the interest rates or the lending will be easier, more fluid in August? Is that, yeah, something's going to shift. Yeah, things are just a little tight now. It's making it tricky. Now, that doesn't mean it can't happen sooner, of course, because, get those angels working on it. Maybe they can pull off some more miracles and get it to happen sooner. But August right now sounds really good. Hey, Joanne, glad you could be here. Great to see you. You never thought of asking, but will your finances improve soon? Yeah. It's funny. There's so many questions that we might ask and we just don't think about it at the moment. I know I'm a member of Linda G's community, and she does these things where she does card draws for the members. So you come and you put your question there and she draws a card and you get your answer. And it's like whenever I show up on the day she's doing my group, I can never think of anything to ask. Except I did last time because I was getting ready to go to Tennessee. And so I thought to ask her, would the horses be okay while I was away? Because that was much on my mind. I hadn't gotten the new fencing put up yet. And I was really worried about them getting out in the road and, some kind of disaster happening. And she pulled the card for me and immediately, yeah, they're going to be fine. Everything is good. So that really felt wonderful. Yeah. Now I forget where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, asking questions we don't think about. So yeah, for Joanne, finances. Is it highly likely that Joanne's finances will improve, significantly improve soon in the near future? Yeah, okay. Is that something new that she needs to do to cause that? No, okay. Is that a result of work that she's already done? that's going to just pay off. Yeah, it's like investments of time that you have made that are going to start returning dividends, and not literally, but start returning something. So is there anything else she needs to do right now that would positively impact finance? Just keep going. Don't get discouraged. Keep going, keep the energy flowing, because that makes the space for the finances to flow in. And it also makes the space for new opportunities that will even bring more in, more, you're talking about different streams of money, right? Yeah, okay. So different streams, maybe things that you had thought about doing, but you hadn't pursued. So there are some other opportunities out there that you could, it's like you flip the switch and then the water starts flowing down, which of course, that's the finances. So anything else you want to share with Joanne? Are we talking like by the end of 2023 timeline? Can you give her that? So by the end of summer, maybe? Yeah, like by the end of summer. So whatever that whole thing is with the money systems in the world and all the shifting that's going on, feels like you're going to have a benefit that comes to you in that same timeline. So set your intention for that to come to your attention so that you can take inspired action when it comes through, and then just flow with it, allow it to unfold. But then, of course, keep your eyes open, because it's like they're dropping little gold nuggets along the path, and you've got to be in that state of receiving and mindfulness where you see it, being present in the moment, so that you can gather the gems up, the nuggets and the gems when you see them. So yeah, it's coming, but it does require action and more consciousness on your part, if that makes sense. Just being, more conscious that it's happening. Yeah, let me know if that makes sense. Andrea, you definitely need to incorporate more fun into your routine. Yeah, we all do. Absolutely. That's why I was telling you in the newsletter about, I was having that magical angel day on Monday, and I was just feeling so good that, we're walking down the aisles at Costco, and I just started dancing in place and singing. And, David doesn't know what to make of me because I can't be silly, but not usually that silly. So I couldn't stop myself. It just felt so good. And we get in the car, and then I'm doing That's All Folks from Warner Brothers and singing that to him, and just crazy stuff. But it's the energy of that fun that lifts you up and then brings even more joy and fun and finances and all kinds of other things, the manifestations you've been working on. So when you can allow yourself to be in that silliness, because, the angels model that for us all the time. So yeah, go with it. Be as silly as you want to be. Who cares what anybody else thinks? You are working on your manifestations in the best way possible by having fun, right? So more of that for everybody. Absolutely. Danielle, you're starting a YouTube channel. Congratulations. Will it bring clientele for your business that you desire within the next 3 months? Okay, so for Danielle, the YouTube channel, is it highly likely that it will result in new clients for her business within 3 months? It's going to take longer than that, Danielle. There's a ramping up time, unless you're working with somebody who's going to help promote it to get it going sooner. There's a ramping that you have to go through. So longer than 3 months, but will it ultimately bring in clientele for her? Yes. Okay. So if you can find some podcasts to be a guest on, Danielle, that would be good, because that'll get more people coming and visiting your channel. I'm not sure about the content you're planning to put out, but right now YouTube is really pushing shorts. So that's something I need to do more of. And I know other creators who are doing that. If you put out more shorts, you've got a chance of getting found faster. There's also that mixed bag of, if you build an audience all on shorts, then they might not be so willing to watch your longer content, but you try and do a mixture of it. It's deeper than we can go into right now, but yeah, mix it up, get out there. And what you've got to do is regular. I'm only posting about once a week right now, which is not enough, but it's all I can do. So I'm doing that. But for you, if you can post multiple times a week, even daily, you get people starting to watch that and they show up. That will help. So there's a lot of strategy involved with it, but you're perfectly capable of doing that. So yeah, throw it out there, get yourself seen, make it fun if you can. That would be awesome. And keep us posted. Let us know what we can do to watch and support. Amanda, you've been trying to develop your intuitive abilities, but you feel like you've hit a wall. Do your guides think you're on the right track? Do they have any advice? Oh, and thank you for the super chat, Amanda. Thank you. So for Amanda, this wall that she's feeling with regards to her abilities, it's just doubt and uncertainty, Amanda. Everybody feels it. So here's what you got to do. Know that it's perfectly normal. It's like when you start doing this kind of work, you hit these speed bumps, right? Everybody does, because doubt comes in. Maybe you get stuff that sounds really crazy and you're hesitant to share it. Maybe you're just not sure. Share it all. Just let it go. You ask for it. If it's coming through, share it. You got to be brave and you have to be willing to sound silly. And maybe somebody's going to think you're crazy, but so what? Because sometimes the things that come through that are the most profound and impactful do sound really crazy. And yet it's what that person needed to hear. So don't judge it, just let it flow. And that is the hardest thing to do for all of us. But once you can do that, just let go of the doubt and uncertainty, just keep flowing with it. Share, share, share. They'll tell you if you got it wrong. And then you keep track of what you got right and what you got wrong. And you're going to find pretty quickly you're getting more right than you're getting wrong, because it's the love, it's the energy, it's the intention that will carry you through. From there, it's just lots of practice. So, anybody who wants to let you practice, do it. More practice, the better. That'll get you there faster. So, anything else that you want to share with Amanda about that? Anything else for Amanda? Go, baby, go. Yeah, just do it. Have fun with it. Yeah, you're on the right track. Don't think about blocks. When you think about blocks, they grow bigger. Just think about being in the flow. Keep moving forward. Jilly, you're glad that I saw the replay. It's fun being on. Yeah. Oh, you guys were cracking me up with that swear jar. Oh my gosh. That was so funny. And yet, it kept flowing along. So yeah, it was perfect. And all the stories that you guys were talking about when you were kids and hanging out around high school, that was so awesome, because it's bringing more dimensions of personality to the table. And I think that just makes it a more appealing package. So yeah, the way that the whole interaction and the channel is evolving is just super cool. So I'm so happy for both of you. Keep going. Yeah, and the rune idea, I think that's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the runes when you do them. Susie S. Do your guides or angels have any messages for you? So, Susie S., anything that you want to share with them? Susie with an S. I'm hearing this ragtime song, Susie. I don't know if you're old enough to know about ragtime songs or not, but it's one of those really upbeat, happy-go-lucky ragtime songs. So what is that about? Is it music that she enjoys? Is that what you're trying to say? No, that's not what they're trying to say. It's the energy of the music. Okay. it's one of those songs that switches back and forth from the kind of staccato, dun, 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 dun. It's that kind of staccato. And then it goes into this other section where it's kind of flowy. So it's the two different rhythms juxtaposed against each other. So there's something there. So what is that about? Yeah, don't just try to do things one way. Be open to flexibility, doing it multiple ways, because that's how you're going to find the very best path through. So it's like, here you are, you're in a kayak and you're paddling along and you're making progress, but it's slower than what you'd like it to be. So then you start experimenting with using a different kind of paddle, and suddenly you are just skimming across the water. So if you had stayed with the first paddle and you stayed in a rut doing what you had always done, you were going to make way slower progress. But if you were open to trying new things, now you're just skimming right along in that kayak, right? So that's the gist of the message. Let me know if that makes sense. That's pretty cool. Libra's Path, you are welcome. Earth Spirit, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Cheryl, you're a massage therapist and a Reiki master. You want to do a few and still do Reiki. I'm not sure what you mean, Cheryl. So in retirement, you want to do limited numbers of massage clients and do the Reiki because that's easy. Is that what I'm getting? So if I'm right, we'll just go with that. So for Cheryl, is that an optimal plan for her to back off on the massage clients, but still keep her hand in the game and do more Reiki? They're saying, hey, if that feels good to you, then you do that. That's perfect. Go with your intuition on that. And if it expands, super great. Cheryl, I don't know if you're on my mailing list, but if you're not, please sign up right away, because yesterday I had a high 7D session with my friend Melinda. And some of you might know Melinda because she shows up sometimes on these events. It's a new energy work that she's doing. And she was doing a free session to introduce people to the modality. So we did that last night. It was really cool, kind of weird, because after you do your introductory talk, then you turn off your camera and you just sit there quietly, and she's sending energy to match the intentions that you stated at the beginning. So I had all these weird things happening during it. And at one point it was like, if you remember from way back when, this movie where these people were miniaturized in this little, I don't know, kind of like a submarine, but not really. It was a movable kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. Sorry. Anyway, so these people get into this ship kind of thing, and they're inserted into a body. They go through this body and they're examining it, looking for medical issues. So while she was doing her energy transfer, I got like this thing in my head, and I'm seeing this big spotlight on it, and it went through my entire body. When it got to the bottom, there was like a thud, and then it came back up the other way, and then it hung out in my head again for a while, and there was this real lightheadedness that came, and then that shifted down into my solar plexus area, and I heard the words lightness of being. So I don't know where all that's going. It was really cool, and I know the process will continue for a while. And the other weird thing that's unusual for me, because I'm not a napper, but I felt the need to lay down after that, and I ended up sleeping for over an hour. I don't normally do that. Anyway, it's super cool, and she's going to be doing it for several more weeks. I'm not sure how long, for free, to introduce people to it. So you're not getting the full-fledged thing that she would do with paying clients, but you're getting the taste of it, you're getting the experience of it. So I'm going to write you in the newsletter the details about it so that you can connect with Melinda and hang out with her on one of her free sessions, which it'll be 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from yesterday will be the next session. So if you're not on my mailing list, you're not going to know about that and other cool things that I share. So hopefully a bunch of you will just be really intrigued by this, and you'll go have that free session with Melinda, which supports and lifts her up. And it's just a wonderful thing for the community. Everybody is getting something out of it. So, okay, that wasn't scheduled either, but it just felt right to throw it in there. Okay. Anyway, so Cheryl, you made me think of it because of the kind of work you're doing. So who knows? That might be something that really intrigues you, and you might be interested in adding something like that to the work you're doing. I don't know. I don't know where it's all going. I just know that when the angels inspire something in me, I share it, and I don't worry about what happens after that. I did my part. So I'm sharing it with you guys for what it's worth. Steph, you're not looking for a summer job. You're tired at year 29. Oh, yeah, I get that. But what if it was a summer job that led to a regular job? Or are you saying you're ready to retire? Maybe that's it. You know, if you've got 29 years in, do you qualify? Could you do early retirement and then maybe do some kind of a side gig, not even a full-time thing that would meet your needs? Because you need to address the being tired. Let me just ask this. So for Steph, if she were to find another gig that paid enough to support her, would that be the optimal choice? Yeah, because they're saying, don't keep doing the same thing that's not working for you. If that place is sapping your energy, I mean, think about this. What is it doing? It's like a vampire leeching away your vital force energy. No job deserves that. It shaves years off of your life. So if you don't want that, and I presume you don't, then open yourself up, get your angels to help you find something else that would be a substitute that you can live comfortably on, that would be satisfying for you, because that's totally possible. Anytime you get to a place where you look at it and say, no, not happening for me, I'm just going to have to suck it up and live with this, it's not true. You might tell yourself that, you might really believe that, but the angels say it's never true. There is always another answer, but you have to open up to the possibility. You have to look for the possibility. You've got to take the action. So think about that, Steph, and see what starts coming into your awareness, because there will be things. Hey, Sister of Six, great to see you. Jilly, you like the bowling alley analogy? Great, because I don't bowl. I don't know much about bowling, so that was a weird one for me, but I'm glad it made sense for you. You need a new 9 to 5. Yeah, or any other hours that would work for you. Think outside the box. What would you really enjoy? And yes, meet them halfway. Yeah, pretty much, the same kind of a energy that Steph is getting. It's like anytime you think you can't have something that you really desire, it's not true. It's just a matter of something in you has to shift. The way you're approaching it has to shift so that you make it possible. And when you get into that energy, that's exciting, because then it's almost like a treasure hunt or a scavenger hunt. They're giving you the clues and you're running around picking up the clues, putting all the pieces together to find the treasure. They're always working on stuff like that for you, and they're having fun doing it. And when you engage with them, get on board, you have a lot of fun too. And it brings you to things that you might not have ever considered for yourself, but they're just so delicious. So yeah, for all of us, it's like just open up, expand your consciousness, and allow things that might be fun, but you maybe were hesitant or afraid to try, because now is the time to step out. These energies right now are so incredibly powerful. Things are shifting all over the place, which means more opportunity. And that keeps coming up in these readings too. I find myself over and over talking about new opportunity because it's like rampant. It just keeps coming. So if we're not seeing new opportunity and we desire to, it's because we're wearing blinders. We're not really open to whatever they're bringing. Maybe we're afraid. Maybe we're limiting ourselves, or I don't know, just not ready. But let all those old limiting beliefs go. Just fly free, flow, go with your angels on this exciting journey and see what happens, because it will change your life in wonderful ways. Steph, good grief. Should it be this much after all these years of community work to find another job to retire? That's not good enough. You've not been halfway in the classroom. Your belief slips. I know. And when you get in that energy, it gets even worse. So you have to find a way of reconciling that. Yeah, maybe it was a mismatch for you for 29 years. I know lots of people who worked in soul-sucking jobs their entire career because they were living with limiting beliefs. They didn't know other possibilities exist. You're telling me the job exhausts you. You're telling me you're unhappy. You're telling me you're not getting your financial needs met. All of that says to me, get the hell out of that job. Find something else. Now, of course, you can't just quit because you need the income. So open up, look for something else. And Steph, what you're not seeing is if you find that thing that lights you up, you will want to do it. It will feel wonderful. I don't believe for a minute you want to just stop working and stay home and fritter away the days, right? You want to have an exciting, fulfilling life. There's so much more for you yet that you haven't even tapped into. So dip your toe in the water. See what's out there. Be playful. You've got the summer. See what happens. Let your angels bring the magic. Because there's just not enough magic right now for you. And it's not because they're not bringing it. It's because you're not seeing it. So you've got to release those limiting beliefs. Take the veil off of your head that's causing you to see, through this grayish cloud, so you can't really see the truth of what life is. Yeah, so soak on that for a while, see how it feels. Libra's Path, thank you so much for the super chat. Terry says, thank you, love and gratitude. You're so welcome. Steph, teachers always get told to do more. I know they do. That's why I don't know why anybody would want to be a teacher these days. It is such a thankless job. And I know, you started out with your heart in the right place and wanting to make a difference, but something has to change with that system, because I can remember most of my adult life, it's been about government cutting education. You can't keep cutting it and expect to turn out people who have the tools and the sensibility they need. Yeah. So you don't have to be the sacrificial lamb and stay there doing it. Somebody else can do it. They will find another way. It's about you doing what's best for you, lifting your soul up. Hey, Eileen, great to see you. Love and positive white light to everyone. Thank you. Yeah, it's so appreciated. Question from Eileen. Can your guides give you an idea about the next 8 weeks? Okay. Oops, hang on, you jumped. Where did she go? Come back. Hang on. I'm going to get it in a minute. Oh my gosh. It really jumped. And we don't have that many people here. That's crazy. Almost. Come on. Okay. Now I got to go the other way. There we go. Eileen. 8 weeks. The next 8 weeks for Eileen. So what can you tell her? What's going on with the next 8 weeks? I'm hearing sizzling, crackling, like the frying pan's really hot. So are you saying it's going to be challenging? Like she's in the frying pan? Ooh, don't burn your feet, Eileen. Is that true? So real big challenge? Yeah, I wish I had better news for you. That doesn't sound good. Let me know. T-Bar, could you ask my guides for a message? Something is weighing on your heart. You betcha. Absolutely. So for T-Bar, what would you like to share with her? Make her heart feel better. Yeah, I feel the sadness. It's looking around the world and seeing what's going on. And, that makes everybody feel sad now and then, because it's like it's really messed up out there. And yet people every day are raising their consciousness. They're coming on board. They're joining the light workers. So even in the times when it looks dark and like we're losing ground, it's not true. It's an illusion. And the dark ones amp up those stories to discourage us. They're doing everything they can right now to cause us to step back, to retreat. Yeah. Ooh. They're pushing us to retreat. And that means we're making progress, or they wouldn't be working so hard, right? So big energies are shifting more. I'm hearing precipice, like we're on the precipice. It is so close. So more self-care right now, T-Bar. You maybe have let go a little bit of the self-care because you've been trying to be out there and make a difference in the world. But remember, you limit yourself if you don't take care of you first. You've got to power up. If you haven't already, grab the Vital Force Infusion Meditation off of my channel. That's a really great one. It just, oh my gosh, lights you up all over the place and fills you to overflowing with vital force energy. Anytime you're feeling a little peaked or down or, just overwhelmed, that's a really great meditation to do to get you back up. So don't worry about those things. No worry, because worry is one of those negative energies that it's like contagious. It grows, right? Or infection. Yeah, it's an infection. It grows. So don't let it take hold. Push it away. It's more leaning on the angels, more fun and joy for you too, because everybody needs that. So yeah, it's that whole package, T-Bar. Take care of yourself, do more fun things, and stop worrying. Everything really is going to turn out okay. And everything always works out for T-Bar. That is the truth from your angels. Sometimes you can't see it, but it really does. And then it's like, oh, spring is here, the flowers are blooming. Go out and inhale those heady scents that they make you drunk because they're so fragrant. Some of that to lift you up. So yeah, self-care is really important right now. I hope that helps. Mary, thank you. You're feeling chills. I'm so glad. Steph says Linda G looks left. Yeah, I thought that she did. I had that memory that she did. And so I'm wondering, is there anything to that, or is it just kind of a random thing? I don't think it's random. I think there's something to it. Because, it's like I'm always telling you, if something comes into your attention, even if it's like a brief flash, there's a reason for it. So there's a reason that I've been sparked with the curiosity to look into this. I don't have a clue why, where that might be going. But yeah, so you guys can all chip in and help me with that. It'll be fun to find out. Jilly Beans, some feel male energy on one side and female on the opposite. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what that's in regards to, Jilly. So I'm not sure what to say about that. But yeah, I think some people do. I'm personally not aware of that, so I don't know what that would feel like. But yeah, there's probably a reason for it. Ninja, you've noticed that too? Oh, okay. So Jilly, you're talking about in regards to which direction you look, maybe? Interesting. Jilly Beans, if you notice you look up a lot and then you think you look up a lot, you think to your right. I should have been looking for that when I was watching your video last night, but it totally escaped me. Yeah. Just trying to picture you. You do that. I don't know. I have to go look and see. It's just so weird, isn't it? It's like we're playing telephone and there's that telephone connection and we're leaning into that telephone connection or something, because truly, do we need to do that to get the information? Absolutely not. So I don't know what causes it. It's just this weird thing. Jilly, you say you find the angel spirits are always behind you and to one side. Interesting. Yeah. I often feel Metatron on my left side holding my hand. But sometimes there are other angels on the right side too. It's just the communication part where it kicks in like that. Yeah, so it's really kind of weird. Eileen, psychic Susan Lynn tends to point to her right for her guides. Interesting. Okay. And see, I know there's more to it. That's why I'm really curious about it, because what if it is tied into our gift? I don't know. Could be. Could totally be something else. I don't know, but we'll find out. And I'll let you know when I figure it out. So I'll get all of your input and I'll do my research and I'll get some answers. Mary, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the blessings too, for everybody. Lauren, can you ask my guides if there's anything You need to know for your greatest good. Thank you. Yes, for Lauren. Is there anything that Lauren needs to know for her greatest good? Lauren. I'm seeing fuzzy sheep, Lauren. I don't know if you have sheep. Are you saying she has sheep? No, okay. So why sheep? About sleep? Counting sheep. More sleep for Lauren. That's weird. You'll have to let me know, Lauren. Are you saying that she needs more sleep? Is that it? Yeah. So that's your self-care assignment, more sleep. Yeah, I'm seeing you kind of floating down into this big, like a feather bed mattress that just comes up and it cradles you. It's so soft, and the feathers fly up, and it's like the angels are surrounding you. They're sitting all around you in a circle while you sleep, infusing you with vital force energy. So you must be a little run down, Lauren. So they're taking that time to beam that extra energy to you while you're sleeping, because apparently it's not getting through while you're awake. You must be really, I don't know, distracted, involved in other things, not feeling or noticing that they're there. So tuning in, being grateful that they're ministering to you in such a loving way. Also knowing that they're surrounding you while you sleep so that you can feel safe, secure, and so loved when you sleep. So let us know if that makes sense, Lauren. Oh, and you guys, we're at 8:20 and it looks like I got a lot of questions left. So let's stop taking new questions right now. And if I get to the end and there's time left, then I'll let you ask more. Probably won't be though, but we will see. So, okay, conversation there I got to skip over. And Jilly, you're saying you can always say general as a question. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that means, but it'll probably make sense to me later when I go back and read the other comments. Oh, well, you're saying it might be time to leave healthcare. It feels that way to me. Yeah. And you're feeling it too. So, don't ignore that. It's for a reason. Ella K, would you ask my spiritual guides what message they have for you? Okay, so for Ella K. Ella, what message do you have for Ella? I get this song a lot, Ella. I'm getting it for you now. Blue skies shining on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. So that's for you looking up, noticing, appreciating the beauty that Creator has served up to you. Taking that time to absorb it, let it nourish your soul. Know that more is coming. Staying on the positive track. Anything else about that? And I always hear Willie Nelson singing that version. So I don't know if you're familiar with the song, but if you're not, find it on YouTube and get Willie's version because, it's so over the top beautiful. He put so much soul into it. Hey, Linda, so glad you could be here. Had such a great conversation with Linda at the Truth Tellers gathering that we had recently. Looking forward to more of those. Joanne, glad the horses are cared for. It makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah, me too. It was a great relief. Absolutely. Because, we can, of course, ask these questions ourselves, but when we do ask something that we're very emotionally attached to, it's hard to get the truth because, our ego gets involved in there and we just can't be objective. Sometimes you can if you practice enough, but yeah, as long as I have that benefit, I might as well take advantage of it, right? So that's a really cool thing to do. Thank you for the claps, Casey. Kim, greetings. Are there any messages that could be helpful to know from my guides or your mom and dad? Okay. So for Kim, Messages from guides or mom and dad? Who wants to talk to Kim? What do you want to share with Kim? I'm hearing that ragtime song again. I'm going to have to go find out the name of that thing and put it in the comments for you guys. What is that about? Yeah, it's uplifting energy, Kim. It's looking up, not looking down. Keeping your focus ahead of you on where you're going. Moving forward in confidence. You're not seeing the thing that you're looking for right now, but it's not very far away. So you've got to take those steps. You've got to move forward, and then your angels will meet you halfway. So it's almost feeling like you're hesitant, you're holding back a little bit. You're not going to get there if you do that. And that's going to prolong, I'm saying prolong the agony. So I don't know if that's truly agony or if that's just a reference, but don't prolong it. Take the action sooner rather than later. Get moving. So is this about her parents? Something to do with your parents. Is it about missing them? Okay, so Kim, I don't know if you have gone to my website and you've gotten the meditation connecting with guides. If you haven't, please do that. It's on the akashaunleashed.com website under meditations. That particular one is a very special angel download. It was designed to help somebody who wants to learn how to connect with their angels and guides go into the Akashic records to meet them, to speak with them, to touch them, whatever they needed to do. But here's the cool thing. When you're there, you can also call on departed loved ones. So you can use that meditation, call mom and dad to come in. They will come in and throw their arms around you. I'm hearing them saying, Kimmy, Kimmy. I don't know if they called you that, but that's what I'm hearing. And just wrapping their arms around you. You can stand there, you can soak up that love. You can have proof that they are right nearby. They haven't left. They're as close as a thought away. You can ask them questions. You can just hold them. Whatever it is that your soul needs to nurture, do that for yourself. And after you've done that, you can do it again. Don't do it too much because, you still have to live your life, but do it to feel better. And then allow that shift in your energy to permeate your entire viewpoint in the other parts of your life. It's like this beautiful cloud now surrounding you, bringing gold and white, silver highlights, just highlighting your life, showing you the magical parts of it that you can't see when your eyes are downcast and when you're feeling low. So it's about helping you to look up. And that's why the blue skies, right? So let me know if that helps. Linda, you have noticed more videos about iodine and thyroid symptoms. Do you need to be concerned? Oh, great question. So for Linda, seeing iodine and thyroid messages, are you trying to tell her she needs to take care of or get hers checked out? Yeah. Yeah, it's coming to your attention for a reason, Linda. So definitely check it out. Try to get somebody who's more like a naturopath if you can, because I know from the reading I've done that not all doctors do the right kind of testing for thyroid. They have these old tests that are so out of date and they just don't serve the women of today. So they're not checking for the right things. So you want to be sure you get a really good one so that if everything is great, then you can put your mind at ease and move on. And if not, then you can get whatever adjustments you need. Yeah, great question. So Kate, can you share if my parents will find a new place to live shortly? They're struggling to find something they like that's in their budget. Any tips from the angels about where to look? Okay, so for Kate's parents, is there an optimal place for them to move to that they've already seen? Haven't seen it yet. Okay, so keep looking. Where might they look? Is it somewhere within a 50-mile radius of where they presently are? Okay. What about a 25-mile radius? No, bigger. Okay, so somewhere between 25 and 50 miles then. Let's see if we can hone in on that. 30-mile radius? 30? More than 30? 40? So like 45? So closer to 50 then, like 45 to 50. So maybe they haven't looked that far out yet, Kate, and that could be part of the problem. Let me just see if I got it all. So is it highly likely that they will find something soon? Yeah, it's like they've been looking in too small of an area. It's almost like tunnel vision. They weren't opening themselves up to more possibilities. So if they expand the radius a bit, they're going to find more opportunities. And then they've got choices, whether, so it's not like it's just one place. There will be other options there. Is there somebody who can help them that they haven't yet consulted? Yeah, and so who would that be? Is it a friend? This is somebody that they know who's got contacts. Is it a male? A male. And is it somebody approximately their age? Okay, so this is kind of a wild hair that I just got, Kate. You'll have to check into it. Somebody they know who they might call a friend, but at least an acquaintance, who's male, who has contacts and can help them with something that would be in their price range. So have them think about who they know that might include, and then try that. And if there's something else you want to ask about that, just let me know, because I'm not thinking of anything else to ask at the moment. Dakota Charm, hey, glad to see you here. Any messages from your guides for the highest and best? You loved reading about the amazing spiritually guided day in the email. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad. You're having those days, so you know what that's like. Yeah, so message for Dakota Charm. Damn. For their highest and best. What can you share? Soar, baby, soar. You are on such a beautiful trajectory right now. Just keep going. And there's always going to be days that things are not all perfect and you run into roadblocks, but you're in such a great place. You have practiced, you've gotten stronger, you've gotten more resolve, more options that you have created for yourself. So now it's just like, go enjoy the smorgasbord, pick the very best, go do that. And don't hold back, do it sooner than later. Don't let the weather hold you back either, because that can slow you down. You're telling yourself, oh, you're doing the right thing by staying home when the weather's bad, but sometimes it's not as bad as you think, and maybe there was something that you could have done. So yeah, it's get out there and explore. Right now for you, exploring is really important, because it's like you're on the ship, you're in uncharted waters. So until you get out there and chart the waters, you don't know what's there for you. So it's exciting, it's an adventure, have fun with it, but get out there and try different things. It's like you've gone to the carnival and there's a whole bunch of rides you've never tried before. So just go around and try them all until you find the ones that you really like, and then you can rinse and repeat. But don't hold back right now. Really get out there. It's like spread your wings, soar with the butterflies. Yeah, so that's what they want you to know. Very cool. Yes, Eileen Corey is great. And he's doing such wonderful things for people there out of his great big heart. Hey, Johnny, great to see you. In yogic science, the heart is on the left side of the body. The left arm is more sensitive or delicate. Recently, there have been a lot of left-handed presidents. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Being left-handed can be a real pain, though, I always had teachers try to give me left-handed scissors, which I couldn't use because I'm ambidextrous. I write left-handed, but I do everything else right-handed. So it's crazy. And then there are lefties who do everything left. So yeah, I even throw a ball right-handed. I don't know, it's weird, but we are unique creatures. Oh, thank you for that super chat, T-Bark. That is so sweet. Jilly, you're trying to draw more out of Corey. Yeah, you did. That was what was really cool about the session. The more of the dialogue between you, because yeah, it's great to go through and answer all the questions, but face it, it's an entertainment program. So when you get that dynamic going and you're talking as well as answering questions, you're just meeting a greater need. And that's going to grow the channel. So it was really cool to watch that and see it evolving. And I know he's aware of that because we talked about it. So yeah, it's just going to keep flowering and blossoming. And in no time at all, it's going to be really amazing. Not that it's not already, but it's going to be even more so. So Amanda, following up on your question about efforts to get people back in the office, does Metatron think the current efforts will be successful, or will we as a society be able to manifest a better outcome? Okay, great. So is it highly likely that the corporate efforts to get more people back in the office will be successful? It's a mixed bag, Amanda. Some will and some won't. Because, the thing is, people have more choices today because there are more job openings than there have been in decades. So when you have more options, then you don't have to take the crap. You can go and do the thing that fits you better. Yeah, so many people can just say, take this job and shove it if they, if that's what they need to do, and go find something that works better for them. So are you saying that we as a society are going to manifest a very different workplace where it's more conducive to meeting individual needs? Yeah, it's evolving. Everything is evolving. And that's huge right now for us, Amanda, because Earth is evolving to fourth dimension. We're evolving to fourth dimension. Our DNA is being rewritten. All of this stuff is up leveling right now. So it makes sense that that would be a part of it, that it will be way more satisfying. So yeah, now if we could just do something about these people and these jobs where, they work for tips, they get crap pay because they're just being taken advantage of. I don't know how we can do that, but that has to change because they're virtual slaves supporting the people at levels above them, and it should not be that way. There should be more equality. Now, I know as we move towards Earthtopia, we are going to be resolving those things. But, if that could be part of the things that shift right now, would be so marvelous. And to me, it feels like, if the, let's say restaurants, for instance, if they raise their prices, they're not going to give more wages to the wait staff and the other staff. They're going to take the profit. So that's not a solution. There's got to be something that causes them to take a smaller cut of the profits, to share it more with those people who allow them to be in business. And then they don't need to tip because they'll get paid a decent rate. So all of that's got to shift in some way, because people are not going to, give up on the idea of going out to restaurants. That's going to always be there. And I'm thinking about that because I read an article about it earlier today. And yeah, it's so true. I was a waitress as a teenager. And, when I did it in my teenage years, it was $1.08 an hour was what we made. So if you didn't get good tips, we're working for free, essentially. It's crazy. So that's got to shift. And a whole lot of other things have got to shift where there's more equality coming into the workplace. So that is all part of the bigger picture of what we're moving towards. Not as near term as what we might want it to be, but we are going there. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, we're working towards better. So Johnny, any messages for you? Okay. What would you like to share with Johnny tonight? I'm hearing the seven dwarfs singing hi ho, it's off to work I go. I don't know. Are you literally going off to work, Johnny? I don't know what that's about. Are you saying he's going off to work? No. So it's just being silly, right? Is it about his job though in some way? Or about his work in some way? Yeah, it's somehow connected to your work, Johnny. So what do you want him to know? Doing it with lightheartedness is good. So it feels like you're in a better place with your job than a lot of people are, where it's not a huge drain on you. You can do it with more of that lighthearted resolve. Not that it's all fun and games, but it's more lighthearted. That's what it feels like to me. So you have to let me know if that makes sense. Anything else that you want to share with Johnny? I'm hearing blue skies for you too. So, more uplifting. Getting out in nature, Johnny, that's what it's feeling like for you. Getting out into the fresh air, letting the sun shine on your face, grounding, connecting with earth. Right now, you're needing more of that. And is that for health reasons or spiritual reasons? For health reasons, Johnny. So it's feeling like your vitality has taken a hit. You are not as vibrant as you could be. So get out there, breathe that fresh air. More pure water? I don't know, you have to let me know. That's just what's coming through. And grounding. Yeah, more connecting with Gaia would be really useful for you. I'm also seeing you walking, but walking very briskly. So something with your cardiovascular system. Is that what you're saying? Cardiovascular? Yeah. So getting you into a more robust state would be useful right now. So that's a lot. Let me know if that makes sense or is helpful. I shouldn't chili beans. That's funny. I should swing the necklace to the tune of the ragtime music. I don't think I could because it's very staccato. But yeah, I used to know the name of that song, but I can't think what it is now. It's a famous one that's been in a lot of movies, so you probably know it if you heard it. So I have to write myself a note to get that ragtime music, and I'll put it in the comments if you guys want to come back around. Speaking of which, by the way, you could do me a huge favor. Yeah, when you're here present on the live stream, that really helps because, that counts for minutes watched, and YouTube really cares about minutes watched. But here's the thing. If you came and you got a reading and you found value, if you come back later and watch any part of the replay, add a comment, add a like, that takes it up another level for YouTube. It really helps the channel. And by helping the channel, that means you're getting the message out to more people. And that's what this is all about, My mission from Metatron is to get this information out to as many people as I can. Sometimes I feel like I'm failing, and then other times it's like, Metatron needs to step things up a little bit too. So in addition to that, I'm just letting you know that would be really helpful. So take that for what it's worth. Okay. Susie says, thank you. It makes sense. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, when you guys let me know, that is such a blessing because I have no clue. Some of the stuff that comes is just so off the wall crazy. I don't know if it's making any sense to you or if it's even helpful. So when you let me know, that really makes a difference for me. We all need that validation now and then. Eileen referencing the Fantastic Voyage. Oh, thank you, Eileen, where the ship went through the body. Yeah. And they even have that. I think it's at Epcot Center. It's a ride you go on where you sit there and you have this visual that they're taking you through the body. I did that years ago, and oh my gosh, it aggravated my vertigo to the point that, had to get out of there quick. But yeah, they do have that. Hey, Melinda, great to see you. Sounds like inner space. Yeah, it might be that too. It's the same concept, I think. Yeah, as Eileen said, it could be either movie. Yeah, it's the concept that was important. But what was really weird was how it had that big spotlight on the front of it and, shining around. So it was like, it was very deliberate about what it was doing. It wasn't just some, random quick trip through the body. It was very deliberate and searching out to look for things. So it's like it's bringing light, right? Divine light into your vessel. That just came through. So that's cool. We'll see what happens with it if it expands anymore. Cheryl, you'll sign up for the newsletter. Awesome. Yeah. And when you do that, the other thing is you become a VIP. So when I have the third Saturday Zoom, you get a Zoom link. So if you want to come on and ask questions, we can, interact that way, which is, as you see here, there are times where I need to ask you a follow-up question and we just have to try and catch it later in the chat, which is harder. So on Zoom, it's really more efficient. And those people who want to come on camera, you don't have to. You can go into chat. But the ones who do, then we can have more of that interaction. We can get the questions faster without my having to poke around so much because I get your feedback. So that's something we do every third Saturday. And that's at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that one I do in the morning. This one I do in the evening. What I'm trying to do is capture people in different time zones so that there's something for everybody. Because I know some people say, hey, I can't do that. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning my time. And no, I'm not asking you to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We just all do the best we can. And Steph, you're saying it's happening to teachers, and Melinda, you're agreeing. Getting told to do more. Yeah. A lot of jobs are doing that too. It's like they downsize and they expect other people to step in, pick up the duties of people that they let go. Just using and abusing people, which is why, from my perspective, because I'm also an independent entrepreneur, is one of my gifts, I can't work for other people. It just makes me nuts. I need to be in charge and make the decisions. But things like that, when you're an entrepreneur and when you're doing it all yourself, yeah, you've got all the burden of carrying the business, but you don't have to get pushed around like that and taken advantage of. It's just so different. And I'm not saying you need to go be an entrepreneur, Steph, but if it were something you wanted to do, at least you'd have more control. I always say, if there's going to be mistakes made, I'll make them and I'll pay the price for it, rather than working for some corporate institution that just, they make scapegoats out of people. They do awful things to them. I worked there for like 8 years and it just made me crazy. So I'm just really grateful and appreciative of being able to not have to do that anymore. Jill, you are going to engage with your angels and guides. No more soul-sucking jobs. Go you. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like I say, it's a lot more responsibility, but when you're doing what you love, when you're in alignment with your soul, it's all going to work out. So you just keep going for that dream. It will happen for you. Hey, Pixie Dust, great to see you. Is there a big upward energy shift today that anyone else has noticed? I didn't. Maybe some other people did. Let's see. So Pixie Dust is asking, was there a big energy surge today? There was. Okay. And was it all over the earth? No, it was only in parts of it. And was it something to do with Gaia shifting? Something to do with Gaia shifting. Okay. So is it anything that we need to be concerned about? It is. Okay. So what do we need to know about that? Noticing it, because there's going to be more. So when you sensitize yourself to be aware of those shifts, yeah, and what about that? It stopped right in the middle of the sentence. That's not nice. Okay, we're sensitizing to be aware of the shifts, and it's kind of fuzzy. It's like by doing that, when more come, you're going to be prepared. You're going to know how to react, because some things are going to require action and some things are not. And Metatron has been saying for months, as Gaia is going through her rebirthing process, she's doing all this flailing about and thrashing. So it's not even like we can predict where these things are going to occur, these big, shifts and disasters and plates and things, tsunamis and what have you. So everybody needs to be on their toes, be ready to bug out in an instant if something happens in your area, because can't predict it. So it's taking care of you, heeding the warning from the angels, not being in fear, just being prepared. Forewarned is forearmed. They keep saying that too. So yeah, there was a shift. You felt it in your area. I didn't feel it in my area, but maybe other people here did feel it. And it's just developing that sensitivity so that you will be ready, you will notice it sooner, and you can react to get out of the way if something is coming where you're at. Hope that makes sense. Oh, that is too funny, Jilly. Your aunt used to own a bowling alley, so that's why they use bowling. It's so funny how they do that. Melinda is saying, even through the pandemic, it was like, oh, for teachers, okay, and they kept piling on. Yeah, because of the pandemic, they kept piling it on. And what are they asking of you? Life and death sacrifices? That is just not fair. Not fair to you, not fair to the kids, the families, nothing. Yeah, that was just such a travesty. But we're moving away from that. Things are getting better. Oh, hang on, we jumped again. Oh, come on. Someday, maybe they'll fix this and it won't jump on us. But man, oh man, is it aggravating. Oh, sister of six, you're a teacher too. Exhausting. Yeah, bless you, teachers. You're angels on earth and so needed, but oh my gosh, many ways a thankless job. So, pixie dust, a message from your guides. And so, for pixie dust, what do you want to share with us? Oh, they're stroking your hair and soothing you, pixie dust. It's like you're a little girl. Angel's holding you on her lap. It's a female angel holding you on her lap. She's brushing your hair. And in this vision, I see you. You almost look like the Chatty Cathy doll with the blonde, glistening hair. And, you're just sitting there and just so cozy and feeling so safe, loved, and protected as your angel takes care of you. And is this angel like a mother? Yeah. So I don't know. Are you saying her mother has passed? Okay. I don't know if that's true or not, Pixie Dust, but it's like your mother has passed and she's your angel and she's ministering to you. So if it's not your mother, it might be a grandmother, someone like that. Yeah. And you see, you guys, that we talked about this earlier, when you're doing your channeling and your psychic work, I don't have a clue whether her mother is here or not. But that's what they're telling me, so I have to share it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But there might be something in there that makes sense to her. So I just have to say it and trust that it's okay. Dakota Chong. Oh, you're just talking with others. Okay. Eileen, you've got a crazy 8 weeks coming up. I think we already did that one. Your guides wanted to keep you guessing, so they caused the jump. I don't know if it's that so much as there are just forces out there that are all moving together. It's a confluence is what it's feeling like, Eileen, and you're just getting caught in the middle of it, right? It's not like it's purposeful. It's more happenstance. But the picture I'm getting is, oh, wow, this is cool. You are standing on the deck of this big ship and you've got the hat. You're the captain. I think you have a peg leg too. You might be a pirate. Are you saying she was a pirate? Okay, Eileen, this is weird. I'm seeing you as a pirate on the ship, and there you are. It doesn't matter what happens out there in the sea, the ship is being tossed around. You are standing firm on that deck because you have a purpose, you've got a plan, and you are implementing it. And, it's like, woe to anybody who gets in your way because you're going to accomplish it. So I hope that makes some sense for you. Okay, so Steph, what you're doing is having a little pity party, and that's not going to help. Do it, get it out of your system, and then start looking for good stuff, because that's the way it's going to change. Always, even though it's not perfect, find something good about it. Like this week here at the hotel, let me use that example. Wasn't perfect. There was construction going on when I came. I couldn't even get to my room. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you booking me into a room where there's construction going on outside my door? And it was a little noisy. I could deal with it. It was a little noisy. It wasn't perfect. There were issues. But you know what? There were more good things. It was giving me the space. I was accomplishing the goal. So I'm not going to let those little things get in the way, cause me to get distracted and have a pity party that's not perfect. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. You take the good stuff, you focus on that so that it expands. Stop focusing on the crap and the things that make you feel bad. The more you do that, the more you're going to get at that. So it's always your choice. But you've got to shift out of that energy. That's what's keeping you stuck. I know it's painful to hear. I've lived it. It sucks. But when you figure it out and you stop doing it, oh my gosh. The angels come out and sing, the rainbows and the unicorns show up. Life feels magical. And you can have that. You are creating your reality. So if you don't like it, change it. Do something different. It's the only way it's going to change. So that's the tough love from your angels. Melinda, may you have a message from your angels about the next 2 months and the energy. So for Melinda, what about the next 2 months? What can you tell her? I'm hearing Tarara Boomdier, Melinda, so that's like celebration. That's what that means to me. So she has something to celebrate, is what you're saying? Yeah, whatever that is. Oh, don't play small. Play big. Go have that big party. Get out the bass drum and, beat the drum. Have the party. Shoot off the fireworks. Really celebrate. Because whatever's happening in your life, it's a big achievement. You don't want to downplay it. You really want to, because the energy you're putting into it's important, right? That's part of the gratitude and the right energy to keep it expanding. You want to keep it going. You want that momentum to continue. So get out there and be a part of that party. Don't let it pass you by. Don't downplay it. Like a lot of people for their birthday, they don't want to celebrate. And that's a little bit of like a self-esteem thing. They don't want the attention. They prefer to be the low key. But that's what a birthday is for. And I'm guilty of that too. So just know that. It's your day. It's celebrating that you, magnificent soul, are here on the planet alive, living this fabulous life, carrying out your soul purpose. That's something to be celebrated. So you've gained knowledge. You've got more love, more purpose. It's all expanding for you. So much is there for you to step into. So don't play small, beat that bass drum, get out there, enjoy it to the max. That's what they want you to do for the next 2 months. And when you do that, you'll get even more. It'll get so exciting you won't know what to do with yourself. So there you go. That's what they want you to know. That is really cool. 423, are your guides the same as other people's guides? No. The guides that I'm talking about in my work are your Akashic Records guides and angels and masters and teachers and enlightened beings, right? You have a team assigned to you and only you. So when I connect, I'm connecting with your guides because my guides don't know you. So I connect with them through the records. Totally yours. Their only purpose for being is to help you to expand your consciousness, to have a really good time and do what feeds your soul. They will do anything they can to help you. They won't tell you what to do, but they will present options to get your attention, to help you find the best path for you. So no, you don't share them. Because guess what? We are such complicated beings that it takes an entire legion to manage us and our records. And I said to Metatron one time, so what's a legion? And he's like, well, that's upwards of 20,000. So there you go. You have this team that's upwards of 20,000. You can add new ones for special assignments. Sometimes you could just add new ones because you want more, but usually you got enough already. And too many cooks can spoil the soup. So yeah, you're probably pretty good there. So that's probably more than you were asking, but I hope it helps and makes sense. Wildflower Wind, welcome. Should you move back to the town you grew up in, and would that make you feel better? Okay, so for Wildflower Wind, is it an optimal choice for her to move to the town she grew up in? Yeah, it feels very warm and nurturing, very accepting. Yeah, it's like you are sinking into that comforting, cushy pillows and mattress and just like being embraced by it. Welcome home, baby. Feels very good. Yeah. So if that's in the realm of possibility for you, check it out and see. So Eileen, you've got a number of big projects that have to be completed by the end of June. The first 2 weeks of June will be the intense. So here's what you do, Eileen. Thinking that you don't have enough time to accomplish something is a limiting belief. Make your mantra, I'm so happy and grateful that I always have more than enough time to do everything I need. When you do that, it becomes true. You create that reality. And it's the most magical thing. Suddenly, you're getting things done in less time without more effort. You're in the flow. It's just happening. But if you get into that way of thinking that, oh, I got deadlines, I got to rush to meet them, rush, that's your reality. So as much as possible, give yourself the gift of believing that you have more than enough time and watch how it flows and gets done with ease without stressing you out. So there's your project for the summer. See how that goes. Your guides will be helping you, absolutely. But that's something you actually can do on your own. They'll just, add the little bits you need. But it's your mindset. That's what you've got to work on. Thank you, Nidja. I appreciate the thumbs up. Yeah, and you're shorthanded already. It doesn't matter. None of that matters, because when you are in that mindset, a way will be found. It will just flow. Always be in the flow, no matter what's going on. Make that your priority, because life is so much easier and more magical when you're in the flow. And Jilly, you're saying that for one of your friends, she gets a male presence on one side, and that's how she knows that it's a man, and then it's opposite for females. Interesting. It's so fascinating to talk to other psychics and hear about their process, because we're also not totally unique, but we're so different, and the experience is so different. Yeah, so it's really great that you're sharing that. And I think for the people who aren't yet tapped into their psychic abilities, because you all have them, it's inspiring, it's insightful, and it's just really good information for them to tuck away for the day that they do tap into their psychic abilities, because why wouldn't you use them if you have them, right? Yeah, you got a really bad attitude, Steph. Sorry to say that, but that's true. 3 degrees and now find another. That's what I'm talking about. Stop talking that way. Who said you needed another degree? Nobody said that. It's looking for options. You have this tunnel vision about what it should look like, and that's what's blocking you. You got to let go of that. You got to lighten up. Know that your angels are working overtime to bring opportunities to you. And they will be things that you will enjoy, that won't be drudgery, and that will support you. But you're blocking that right now with the bad attitude. So get it out of your system. Go scream, stomp, whatever you got to do, let it go. And then take some deep breaths. Regroup. Get your angels on board and start looking to see what possibilities are there. It will happen when you stop blocking it, because you are creating this reality. So stop it. Remember we talked about that recently, the Bob Newhart thing? If it's not working, stop it. Why would you keep doing that? If you haven't seen that video, you should go watch that. It's Bob Newhart, stop it. And it's so true. We make these things so complicated. They don't have to be complicated. It's not working. It's not making you happy. It's not paying the bills. Well, stop it. Why would you keep doing that? That's self-torture, right? So it's just a shift in your thinking and your being. It will make all the difference in the world. Oh, well, thank you, T-Barb. So that was the no new questions. And it's 9 o'clock. How about that? Okay, I'm just going to scan down real quick to see if anybody had a follow-up comment that I need to know before we shut down. But thank you all for being here. It was so cool. And, I have to say, being here, doing this without having to send David to his room so I can have the peace and quiet to do it, feels so much better. I don't know if you felt the difference in the energy, but it felt more expansive and more flowy to me. So yeah, I definitely have to find a solution for the long term, but this experiment has been really good so far. I only have, I go home on Wednesday, so I still have tomorrow. Thank you, Linda, for adding in about the questions are closed. That is so helpful, you guys, because when I'm scrolling, I have no idea. And I don't want to scroll all the way to the bottom to see where it was and mark it, because then I lose my place and I'd never find it again, the way this thing jumps around. So I'm just quickly looking if there's anything else I need to address before we go. Sorry, this part is a little boring for you guys. Your mom did call you Kimmy. Oh, thank you for telling me that. Now I feel better. Because, you know, that would be a logical thing to think. And see, this is important for everybody to hear. So I'm hearing your parents calling you Kimmy, and I'm thinking, I can't say that. Everybody calls Kim Kimmy. How do I really know her parents are saying that? That's the ego side. I have to push that aside and say, no, you heard it. So say it. Get over yourself. And now you validated that, yes, they did call you Kimmy. So that's what it's like, you guys. And there is no way to get through it except suck it up, buttercup, and say it. Be willing to be wrong. When you can push your ego aside, be willing to be wrong, what you share is going to be more right than if you were, you know, trying to censor it. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'll keep saying it. Eventually you'll get it and you will move forward with your gift as well. So 423, you like Metatron and sacred geometry. When you meditate, you're searching for answers. So should you address and focus on Metatron directly? That's a great question. I'm going to answer it real quick because, you know, it's important. Everybody at some time or another seems to ask this question because they have this idea that, oh, Metatron is like, you know, head honcho and I'm this little person and I can't talk to Metatron. Not true. Everybody can talk to Metatron. Question is, do you want to? You don't have to. You can talk to any of the angels. You can talk to any of the masters. Just call upon who you'd like to talk to. Or just say, hey, team, I'm here. Let's talk. You don't have to identify them. Doesn't matter at all. They don't have egos. They all are there to help you, and they all work as a team. So leave it open. Give them names if you feel better about giving them names. All of that's available to you. So don't get hung up on that part of it. Just call them in. Take the information. Keep going. And if you feel a leaning towards one or another, then call them. It really doesn't matter. And even when I go and I call on Metatron, like to do the May forecast, I always ask Metatron for that. You notice he always says we. Very, very rarely would he say I, because it's a collective. They're all working together. So hopefully that will make you feel better about it. So Linda, you're going to check out the homeopathic? You were getting the same feeling about mainstream medical. Yeah. Well, homeopathic and naturopathic are two different things, Linda. So that's important to know. You can look up homeopathics for the thyroid and the iodine stuff. But there are naturopathic doctors who are just a little more modern. They're kind of like in between homeopath and allopath. So they actually do more testing, and that can be useful. So use your intuition. Go with what feels best to you, and you'll be fine. But it's good you're checking it out. You're listening to that nudging. So artist, sculptor, sorry, we're past new questions, so I'm going to keep going. But, you know, come back next month, come earlier, and we'll get you in there. So Julie, you were a psychic and you're not left-handed. Interesting. That helps. We'll add that to the collective data bank. Calista, you're saying that distance sounds about right. Great. Okay. Yeah, see if they can find that guy, whoever that guy is, because they can do it faster when they get that help. There's somebody who's got the nugget that they need to get them the right place. Julie, you were a waitress too, and it was brutal. Yeah. It's rough work because you're on your feet, and sometimes it's thankless, especially the holidays. Oh, the holidays were rough because people were in a bad mood and traveling, and yeah, not so much fun. Eileen, you're asking this, the ragtime that I was hearing was it the entertainer? No, I would have known that one. It's another one. It's a little more esoteric than that. I'll figure it out and I'll post it in comments because it's going to bug me otherwise. So Lauren, the angels surrounding you in your sleep, you're in a situation where you can sleep a lot if you want to. Sometimes you feel like you're wasting time. It's comforting to hear. Yeah, that really felt like they were strongly encouraging you to sleep more. So there's something maybe could be part of your ascension right now that you need more sleep. So if you're feeling that, go with it. And yeah, and just know the angels are there. Oh, it just jumped on me. Darn it. All right. Well, you guys, it's getting later and later. So what I'm going to do, I'll read the rest of these comments offline. If there's anything that I need to respond to other than new questions, I'll put it in the comments. So once this posts, it takes about 24 hours before the comments to be live again. So it'll be a day before I can see them and get to all of them. But just know that I will. And meantime, thank you all so much for being here. It was a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing you on the third Saturday if you're on my mailing list. And remember, go to akashaunleashed.com/VIP. You'll get right on my mailing list. That way you'll get the fun newsletters with the updates, and you'll get to come to the Zoom calls too. Okay, you guys. I think I'm going to call it 2:05. All right, good. I don't have anything else to say except thank you. Mwah. Bye. Now I have to find the thing to sign off. Hang on.